Good morning. I'm going to call us together for the regular meeting of the Monterey Peninsula Airport District Board of Directors, October 16th, 2024, and it is 8:04 a.m. Roll call, please, Denise.
Director Chabajian.
Present.
Director Gagliotti.
Here.
Director Pick.
Here.
Director Miller.
Here.
Chair Leffel.
Here, thank you. Last guy in, do you want to lead?
I knew that was coming. Absolutely. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Communications, announcements, information.
Good morning. One from staff. I will pass these out, but this is the reminder that we will be hosting our holiday military lounge again here in this room. It will go from December 18th through December 25th. And this year we're partnering, besides our typical partners that we have that help us, we also are going to be partnering with Operation Care and Comfort. So that's a nonprofit organization that serves the military. So I will pass these out to you. So
Additionally, coupled with the military lounge, we will see some upgauging in December from American, Monterey to Phoenix, 3 additional round trips, 1220, 1222, and 13. So those are loaded in the system.
Those are great.
3 additional or 3 total?
3 additional.
Okay.
They already existed, but they've been upgauged from a CRJ 700 to an A319.
So it'll be the same time, but a bigger plane.
Correct.
Okay, so 1220, 1222.
And 13.
And 13.
Dude, I like that.
And I would say lastly on that issue, because we are starting the lounge on the Wednesday, the 18th, reminder that the board meeting has moved to Monday, the 16th.
Perfect. One other announcement concerning next week, not related to military lounge. There will be training taking place on the north ramp, the new fire ramp. They're going to be fulfilling their requirement for their annual live burn. So there will be fire. We have sent out notification to tenants on the north side via the management group. Mm-hmm. And we will make announcements in the terminal as well as have we'll have it posted. And I think we may do something on social media as well.
Yes.
That the training will be taking place all week, but the live fire will only be 3 days a week.
And what days are those?
It begins on the 21st, Monday the 21st through that Friday.
11/21.
10/21.
10/20.
Next Monday.
I forget what month I'm in. 10/21 to 10/26.
26.
25.
Will Whitney, will the ramp be closed?
No, the ramp will be closed. So on the north side, we have segregated the fire ramp. There are low profile barricades there. Okay. So ordinarily we just try to keep traffic out of there.
Yeah.
No, ramp will still be open.
I have a question.
And do we have a special way to get it to the pilots so that in the GA so that they all know it?
So we can also put out a NOTAM as well, just to note that there's activity there, but Mark Curtis should have sent note to the management team to push out information to the tenants.
Okay, I mean, they'll probably be the most impacted, so really need to tell them every day so that someone can say they didn't know. Matt, we'll count on you. Both Matts.
I'll put it out
on the Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's what I was getting at.
Just to Director Miller, you don't have your microphone on, so you might want to turn that on, and Director Pick as well.
And I do, so live fire means a fire, right? Because that has a different meaning to me when you say live fire.
Hopefully there'll be no shooting.
Yes.
Yes, there'll be a fire. There'll actually be a mock of an aircraft fuselage here that will be
set ablaze. Okay, thank you.
Sounds like
it does have different
You know, I was like, wow, that's
Good question.
interesting. Um,
Yeah, that's like life fight. That's right. Yours is different.
just briefly, so last night, Carol and Carl and I attended the special districts meeting, and I gave a presentation to Mark, and it's on ERAF and how ERAF changed again. We are one of the few districts that had no change in our money. Most of them lost millions of dollars. So the county lost like 98 million in the change. It's pretty substantial. So yeah, because we weren't getting much, we didn't lose much. So
Hard to lose things you never had.
yeah.
Don't say that with the state.
So, okay, public comments on non-agenda items. And who would like to go first? You're limited to 3 minutes. Please come to the microphone, say your name and state your business.
Hello, I'm Joyce Hockerman. I have noticed a large number of flight cancellations and diversions to Monterey Airport. Last Sunday, October 13th, I counted 7 flight diversions destined for Monterey, but diverted to other airports. I believe the reason is fog. Several passenger jets have repeated misses, cancellations, or diversions. One such passenger jet is United Express 11:30 p.m. arrival from San Francisco. Why do we keep such late flights if passengers cannot rely on timely arrival at our airport? This is the last flight of the day to Monterey. It would be appropriate for the airline to arrange a shuttle bus to Monterey to cover the costs of the bus transfer. Can you please contact the airline and arrange this? Another alternative would be for the San Francisco flight to arrive earlier, avoiding the fog before it moves inland. To better address this problem with accurate data, please ask Air Traffic Control Tower to keep a tally of flight cancellations, go-arounds, and diversions broken down by airline, time of day, and reason for diversion. This will provide information on how we can better serve our loyal passengers. The number of aircraft with multiple landing attempts before finally landing successful is common at this airport. The number of go-arounds at our airport are remarkably large compared to other airports with easier access and longer runways. Please provide this information as part of this monthly board's agenda. Thank you.
Thank you for your concern. Next person, please.
Good morning, Chair Leffel, members of the board, Executive Director LaPierre, Matthew Wright, Vice President, General Manager, Monterey Fuel Company. Yeah, I just really have an announcement today. In addition to saying hello to everybody, I feel like I've been here for a long time. But our longtime HR manager, Nadine Burke, is retiring October 30th. So we're very sad to see her go. She's been instrumental with Monterey Fuel Company in helping build some very effective programs, Blue Zone certification, individual development plans for employees, a wellness program, second to none. She built it from scratch. And I mean, as I like to think you all regard us as a high-performing organization. It's not easy to hire high-performance individuals all the time. It's kind of like managing a bunch of thoroughbred racehorses. And I'd like to thank Nadine. One of the hardest jobs in the company, and she's done a fantastic job. So I just wanted to make that announcement that after October 30th, Nadine Burke is officially retiring after many years of service. So I also want to introduce you to Nadine's replacement, who we're very excited to bring on board. Her name is Emily Garcia. She comes to us with 10 years experience as an HR generalist, 7 years with Salud para la Gente in Watsonville, which they operate I don't know if you're familiar with, I wasn't familiar with it, but they operate 7 medical facilities and mobile RV medical clinics with 500 employees. So she's going from 500 to 50.
And more work.
Yeah.
But anyways, I just wanted to bring her here, introduce her to board members, and give her a little taste of Monterey Airport. She's actually going to NBAA with us next week, which I did see on the agenda. You all are choosing what events to attend next year. I highly recommend NBAA. If you haven't been to it, it's the National Business Aviation Association annual conference. It's in Las Vegas again next year. It's always in October, but it's a huge conference. Airports do attend. Airports have booths and display there. It's primarily for business aviation groups. So OEMs are there, charter operators, FBOs, fuel suppliers, pretty much anything that touches business aviation is there. And it really is a huge conference and be very informational. So anyways, that's all I got this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
Welcome, Emily.
Mm.
Anyone else from the public? Any item not on the agenda? All right, I'll close public comment, and we have a consent agenda that has 3 items on it. Would anyone from the public like to pull any of those 3 items? Anyone from the board?
Move that we pass the consent agenda.
Second.
All right, we have a first and a second. Roll call, please.
Director Tribajian,
Aye.
Director Gagliotti,
Aye.
Director Pick,
Aye.
Director Miller,
Yes.
Chair Leffel.
Yes, thank you. Okay, our regular agenda. First of all, we do not have him here, so we'll wait. Second item, we'll go to second item. A resolution number 1889, a resolution authorizing and approving the construction service agreement between the Monterey Peninsula Airport District and Granite Rock Company for East TSA Access Road pavement repairs. A little road and a lot to say.
For sure. Dan Johansson will brief you on this one.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the board. Here to ask for the approval for resolution of 1889. It's what we're calling the East TSA Access Road. For those that are unfamiliar, it's the road off the short-term parking lot that Waste Management uses, TSA uses, and the airlines use to access down below where baggage makeup area is. It was identified in our capital project as a capital project for this fiscal year. And so we were authorized to go out to solicit bids. We solicited 5 different companies, received 3 of them back from Granite Rock, Granite, and Coastal Paving. They were all competitive and got good pricing. So based off of the 3 responses, Granite Rock was the low bidder with $95,000 to fix that road. And it's a very small project, roughly 2 days. So it's just coordination with the airlines to minimize impacts on their tenants.
All right, I'll open it up to the public for comment. I see none. Open it up to the board for comment. Carol? Carl?
Nothing.
Dina?
Nothing.
So we did review this in finance, and Director Gagliotti and I agreed to bring it forward to the board, and we approved it at finance. So with that, I would accept a motion.
I'll make a motion that we adopt resolution number 1889.
I'll second.
Second, roll call, please.
Director Tribajian,
Aye.
Director Gagliotti,
Aye.
Director Pick,
Aye.
Director Miller,
Yes.
Chair Leffel.
Yes, thank you so much. Now that our star arrived, we can go back to number 1.
Mhm.
About that parking fair.
Yeah, that's the, we all found that out.
Yeah.
They must all be at the restaurant, right?
So Mike, you want to do this?
Oh, please feel free. Awesome.
Okay, Tim.
No.
They're just signing it.
One's not it.
Maybe. Tim, you didn't have to come black tie.
Where you want?
I gotta go to work. I can't do it.
You need the signature.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry.
Okay. In proclamation. Is that on? In recognition of Woody's at the Airport being voted #1 sit-down airport restaurant by USA Today's 10 Best Readers' Choice Awards poll for the 2nd year in a row. That does not mean that just 10 best readers voted. Whereas the Monterey Peninsula Airport District wishes to recognize and celebrate Chef Woody Wood, a local favorite who opened Woody's at the Airport in November 2020 and has since created an airport dining experience treasured by Monterey Regional Airport travelers and local patrons. Whereas USA Today's 2024 Traveler's Guide to the Best Airport Amenities in the United States highlights the best of the best in contests covering categories such as lounges, bars, restaurants, top-notch retailers, where an expert panel nominate their top picks across 8 categories. Whereas Woody's at the Airport was nominated in 2024 by US Today's experts and editors in the category of Best Sit-Down Restaurant at an Airport and was voted by its Readers' Choice poll as the #1 sit-down airport restaurant in the U.S. for the 2nd year in a row. Whereas Woody's at the Airport has earned and deserves this public recognition for its meaningful contribution to the hassle-free, easy, convenient air travel experience at Monterey and is considered a gem of a restaurant that provides superior service and comforting venue to relax and enjoy a delicious meal. Now, therefore, I, Marianne Leffel, Chair of the Monterey Peninsula Airport District, in concurrence with the Board of Directors, do hereby congratulate and applaud Chef Tim Wood and the entire team at Woody's at the Airport for operating an establishment that is cherished by our community and our travelers. That's a lot.
Whoever wrote that, thank you very much. Whole meeting.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, this will be hanging out right next to the other one.
For the recording.
Yes, well. Oh, God. On behalf of myself, my wife Jessica, and all of the team at Woody's, you'll see in our advertising, although we're modest and don't feel that we are the best of anything, we do appreciate all the acknowledgement that we've gotten over the last couple of years and all the support we've gotten from everyone in this room in any way possible from all that you've done for us. So we just keep plugging along. It's definitely a crazy business, as an airport, running an airport apparently is too. So with that, this will be hung up right next to last year's, and we'll just try to hold our ground on the #1 sit-down restaurant in the country. So thank you.
Love it.
Don't rest on your laurels.
No, never do.
So, Tim, we cannot thank you enough. You came in during COVID. You came in during a crazy time and you made it work. So we really appreciate it.
It takes somebody crazy. So, thank you very much. And I'm going to go back to work.
Go make some.
Nice.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I'm going to go ahead with item #3, professional services agreement with ADK Consulting, Inc. for executive search services. And we do not have Scott here yet.
Madam Chair, I am
Okay.
I am online if you'd like me to do this
Oh,
online.
I'd love that. Thank
I
you.
am I literally am I'm 1 mile away and it's taking me 6 minutes to get there. So but which has been the story of most of my morning. Actually, I left at 4 o'clock this morning, and it's ever since before Hollister. I've been in nothing but traffic. But so my apologies for not being in person. But as the board directed at the last meeting in closed session, I was asked to engage ADK, which is the nation's premier executive search firm related to airports. They do specialize in airports and so I received a proposal from them. Their proposal is actually very similar to what you would get from any executive search firm, regardless of specialization. So the fact that they specialize in airports, you would expect to pay a premium, and the fact is you're not. You're actually paying about market rate for any search firm. And I know that from various other instances when I've used search firms for executive searches. The contract does have several guarantees, as noted. One of them is if they're going to do a nationwide search, and if the individual who you ultimately select leaves within 1 year, then they will perform the search again. If it's within the first 6 months, they'll do it 100% free, and then it's a graduated scale of cost for them to redo it. From 6 months to 1 year. Happy to answer any questions you have. We do have some meetings set up with them that were previously authorized. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
All right. I'll bring it out to the public first. Any comment from the public? All right. Seeing none, I'm going to bring it back to the board. And Dino, can we start with you?
I have no questions.
All right. John?
No, I don't have any. I'm looking forward to our first sit down with these guys.
Yep.
Carl?
Not a question, just a comment. We did use ADK, 6 years ago, Mike, when we hired you? 7?
9 years.
9 years.
9 years ago. Boy, time flies.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
So, yes, we were very happy then, and I'm sure we'll be happy with this process.
Carol?
No comments, thank you.
All right. Scott, thank you for taking the lead on that. And we've worked with them before. We know how they operate. I think they also, if we want more, we can have more from them. And they are, when we go to conferences, there are maybe 2 or 3 HR firms there, and ADK clearly is the leader in the nation. And for my fellow board members, if you do not get their emails, we could forward that to you so you see the kind of postings and what they do. So with that, I would ask for a motion to approve the professional services agreement with ADK.
So moved.
Second. John?
All right, roll call, please.
Director Chabajian,
Aye.
Director Gagliotti,
Aye.
Director Pick,
Aye.
Director Miller,
Yes.
Chair Leffel.
Yes, thank you so much. And Director Gagliotti reminded me that number 2 was an adoption, and I did not allow us to adopt that. So I'm going to take that back out. If I could have a motion for the adoption of Resolution 1889 after public comment. Would anyone from the public like to comment on that? All right. Could I have a motion on 1880? On the resolution for Tim. That's what I'm looking at, the approval.
I move that we approve the proclamation for recognition of Woody's at the airport.
Thank you.
Second.
All right, roll call.
Director Chabajian,
Aye.
Director Gagliotti,
Yes.
Director Pick,
Aye.
Director Miller,
Yes.
Chair Leffel.
Absolutely, thank you. Okay, we'll go to board reports. There were board reports in your package. Is there anyone from the public who would like to discuss any of the board reports? I see none. I'm going to close public comment on the board reports. And do any of my fellow members have anything to add on any of their meetings? Personnel? You got ADK.
Oh, you wanted me to comment? No, nothing to add. We haven't met with them yet, other than at the last conference we attended.
All right. Local jurisdiction liaison. I did do a talk on the airport on Saturday with Council Member Kim Barber. She invited me to come in and chat about what we're doing. And there were not a lot of people there, but it was extremely well received. Local Agency Formation Commission. I am leaving after this meeting and going to the statewide conference. We have for our meeting this month, we have the municipal service reviews of the 7 peninsula cities will be on our agenda. And I don't know if you recall about 4 or 5 months ago when they finished the municipal service reviews on the cemetery recreation district and one other, I'm sorry, it's skipping my brain, in Greenfield, they were all basically put on probation by LAFCO and LAFCO staff. So staff has been working with them and they are all working to cure all of their issues, one of which they did not have regular board meetings. They did not have full boards. They did not have tax returns filed. They did not have ADA accessible websites. They just really had kind of a mess. So staff is working with them and they are now employing district counsel from the county so that they've got some counsel and they're working through it. The same thing with the Soledad Cemetery District. It was in horrible disarray. There were gravestones overturned. There were just bad things going on there. So they too are forming a new board and they are making some pretty good progress. But that's part of what LAFCO does is we oversee the 43 districts and make sure that they are in compliance with state law. So the other thing is that I believe on this agenda that Soledad will be back on their annexation. We approved a 654 acre annexation in December of 2022. We gave them 1 year to complete it. They came back in December of 23, asked for an extension, and I believe that they are coming back for another extension. They're almost there, but they're still working. So those are the things that are AFCO related. Regional Taxi Authority, I sat in for Director Pick on Monday, and kind of exciting, 2 new cab companies were admitted to the RTA. They are both current cab drivers in Salinas. They both work for, I believe, Yellow Cab. And so they both are going out on their own. There was a bit of confusion. One of them broke off to do it. And so their names were Salinas Taxi Cab Company and Salinas Taxi. So they had a bit of a thing going. So the one agreed that he will be the California Taxi Company and the other one will be the Salinas Taxi Company. But the California Taxi is primarily for South County. So he's primarily interested in serving Salinas and South. And the gentleman with the Salinas Taxi is going to have either 2 or 3 taxis, and he is very interested in coming to the airport. So MST staff said that they would work with him and help him come over here to do the paperwork and to also serve our population, because we do get a lot of people from Salinas and along the corridor that do want to use the airport and use a cab. So it was a very quick meeting. I think it was like 21 minutes or something because it was just those are the only items on the agenda.
I ask one clarifying question.
Mhm.
I'm just out of curiosity. Why is taxi businesses growing? I mean, I would have thought they've been devastated by the calls for the ride shares.
What they said in Salinas, they have two things. First of all, MST will help them with a handicap
Yeah,
cab,
I knew
and
that.
Uber doesn't have that.
That's correct.
Or Lyft or any of those. So that's number one. And that was the one gentleman, he said that they really are finding they have so many disabled clients and they haven't been able to take care of them. Both of these gentlemen, one had driven 4 years for the other cab company. I want to say the other one was 6 years. And so I think they just find a need and they want to be their own boss. So, you know, I love entrepreneurship. So it's good.
That makes sense. Thank you.
How many cars do each one of them have?
I think the one said he had 4 and the other one, I'm not sure. I don't know that he did say,
But I agree. I mean, it's a hard thing with the groups too, to find handicap accessible transportation. It's very difficult. So if that is a really interesting place for them to fill, which is good for all of us.
the other item that was brought up was the need to get to medical appointments from South County to Salinas. And that is a very, very hard with the bus schedule to be able to get it. It becomes a full day odyssey. So if they have a cab, they can control their destiny a little bit better. And they said that a lot of people like to go maybe to the medical clinic and then maybe go over to Walmart to shop and to do something before they go home. So this gives them the flexibility of doing that. And one of the RTA members said that a lot of times what they'll do is just hire somebody for half a day or a day to do all of that for them.
Yeah, thank you. That actually makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah. Are all those vehicles going to be handicap accessible or just?
No, I didn't hear that. I just heard that they were attempting to satisfy that need. CAMC. Oh.
At the last meeting, they finally approved the surf project, which will have a bus route, dedicated bus lane between Marina and Monterey. What's popped up since then is a request for the train hand cart people to continue operating and in such a way that they can stay there as long as possible. And they would like to create a approximately 2-mile course. Thousands of people apparently get on this little hand cart. So that could be a great Christmas gift if somebody wants to give that to somebody, either who's a train enthusiast or you hope will have a heart attack out there working the crank on that. But that had taken up a lot of time of TAMC. So it was nice to get that behind us. That's all I have.
It's not behind you because the Marina Council approved on Tuesday night that they wrote a letter to TAMC to give them an extension. It'll be back.
An extension for the train?
Until the surf project breaks ground, yes. Yeah. Okay. No, it's not done. Special districts. Which of you two would like to discuss it?
You already gave a report on that.
I just said ERAF.
That was the bulk of it, and that was interesting information. $1 billion the county gets in taxes. $1 billion with a B.
So.
That's all I have on it.
And 19% of that went away with ERAF. So.
That's a lot.
That's
a lot.
Yeah, it's
a big hole.
Oh, there is the next August 25 to 28. CSEA going to have their annual meeting in Monterey.
In 2025.
2025, August.
Yeah. Yep. So the 2 conferences a year are typically Monterey in, August, and then the following year they move to Palm Desert in August because they get a really good rate
Yeah,
in
I wonder
August.
why.
I said last night they
Dino
pay
and I've
people to
been
go
there.
there and all this.
It was hot.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, anyway, so that is the date. And, Association of Monterey Bay Area Governments, they are working on the arena numbers, and they're working on training local planners and people that are in government primarily, who are the workers, on CEQA. So that they're giving some pretty good instructions on CEQA for everybody, so they understand with all of the housing what the requirements are going to be with CEQA.
That's for all jurisdictions, like City of Del Rio could send them. That's great to know.
Yeah. So AMBAG is, Tri-County. So they're doing it for the Tri-County region. And it looks like she's getting quite a few people there.
I'm also curious, just on the RENA numbers. I mean, is that what housing element is that for? The new RENA numbers, they would be for housing
What's
element
out right now?
2026 or 2020?
Well, some of them haven't finished 20.
Yeah, no, but the requirement keeps clicking, and then the new RENA. So would this be for? Did they let us know?
Was for CEQA training for all housing.
No, the RENA numbers they were recalculating RENA.
They're for 2024.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay. They're working on 2024. Okay. I think that's it.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a light agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. We will go into closed session. Thank you for attending.
Awesome. Dude, we're out here before.
God, I'm gonna let you report. All right. The board is officially out of closed session. It is 10:02, my favorite time. And if you could report out, Mr. Huber.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As to all items in closed session, there was no reportable action taken. The direction was given.
Terrific. Thank you. Do my fellow board members have anything they would like to put on a future agenda?
Do not.
All right. Do you have any comments from the public?
Madam Chair, I see no hands. And just for the record, we had Director Pick left at the beginning of closed session, at the same time closed session began, and Director Gagliotti left at the end of closed session, which is about 5 minutes ago. Just so the record is clear.
All right. We have nothing from the public, have nothing from the board, and I will adjourn us at 10:03. Thank you. Thank you all.